Greetings, gentlemen. Today we are diving into an extraordinary exploration of thought that transforms the ordinary into the remarkable. Let's launch straight into a mental odyssey that could revolutionize your approach to challenges and supercharge your ability to generate groundbreaking ideas. What if I told you that there's a methodology, an alchemy of the mind if you will, that has the power to consistently steer you toward innovative breakthroughs? Alright, let's walk through the 5 elemental thinking habits that, when honed and practiced, serve as the crucible for greatness. They're like wisdom distilled from the works of Edward Berger and Michael Starbird, presented in a way that resonates with the natural world around us: earth, air, fire, water, and the transformative quintessential element. First up, earth. This is all about getting to the bedrock of a problem. Break down complex challenges into their core components and examine each one intently. Ask yourself, what are the building blocks here? Draw them out, literally. Mind mapping isn't just an exercise, it's a quest for a deeper understanding. Take procrastination. It's not about finding a quick fix but zooming in on the whys and wherefores. Understanding motivation at a granular level not only provides a scaffold to overcome procrastination but also equips you with knowledge to tackle people management and team motivation. Next, we ride the winds of intellect with air thinking. Imagine the audacity of Einstein pondering a ride alongside a beam of light. That "what if" moment shifted his perspective dramatically, propelling him to upturn the physics of his day. It's about asking the questions that aren't apparent, the ones that soar out of the clear blue sky. So, put yourself in the shoes of a child, an expert, or even your customer, and see the familiar from an unfamiliar vantage point. Challenge norms with thought experiments and watch simple solutions float into view. Now, spark up for the fire element. It's all about learning from failures. Thomas Edison's 10,000 attempts weren't missteps. They were stepping stones to illumination. To think with fire is to seek out failure for the sake of education, not to be discouraged by it. Examine the ashes for clues, ask pointed questions about what didn't work and why, then let these insights light your way forward. Flowing forward, we delve into the water element. Think of progress as a tsunami starts not with a massive wave, but with a ripple. Progress is iterative. It builds upon itself like NASA's strides from crude rocket impacts to the Apollo moon landing. Writers know this well. Their first drafts are but a seed, which through relentless refinement burgeons into a literary marvel. The key is to identify what works, even if it's minuscule, and then nurture it, adding layers, correcting course, developing it into a powerhouse of achievement. But what binds these elements together? The quintessential element, the phoenix of our tale, the emblem of transformation. It supports the notion that your thinking isn't static, it's dynamic and can evolve. Effective thinkers don't resign themselves to stagnation. They embrace growth, learning, and the possibilities that come with change. To cap it off, these 5 elements are a framework, not just theoretical musings. They're practical instruments to be wielded in the throes of your most taxing problems. Start with the solid grasp of earth, ascend with the imaginative leap of air, engage with the instructive flames of fire, and advance incrementally with the tide of water. And amidst it all, remember you are the agent of your own intellectual metamorphosis, the quintessential element of change. My friends, I must say, the exploration of these elements is an investment in your cognitive treasure trove. If you felt a spark, a surge of curiosity to delve deeper, remember, understanding these principles can be just the game changer you need in today's fast-paced world. Internalize them, and you might just find yourself not only navigating but leading through times of uncertainty and complexity. And remember, gentlemen, if you appreciate this distillation of wisdom, and if you're driven to keep sharpening your mind's blade, then I've got to ask, what will be the first step you'll take from this video to shift your thinking patterns? Will you look at problems as fortresses to be understood stone by stone, or will you loop through failures to find your beacon? Before you go back into the fray, consider subscribing, tapping that like button, and ringing the bell. By doing so, you're not just showing support, you're stepping onto the path of becoming the strongest male hero of your own story. In closing, these insights are merely a compass. I encourage you to author your map, your narrative, your breakthroughs. And if this content has enriched your intellectual arsenal and you wish to show your gratitude, feel free to leave a tip that's in line with the value you've received. The details are in the description below. Stay astute, stay thriving, and as always, gentlemen, here's to your success. Imagine unlocking the art of understanding others deeper than ever before, especially the fine art of listening. Whether you're navigating the dating scene or mastering the give and take of meaningful conversations, there's a secret tiered system that can dramatically elevate your connection with those around you. It's a game changer many overlook, a tool to enrich both personal and professional bonds, setting the stage for authentic, empathetic exchanges. Alright, let's slice through the noise and tune in to a concept that might just revolutionize your relationships: the 5 levels of listening. This isn't your average advice, it's a masterclass in the psychology of communication that will guide you through untapping the potential in your conversational skill set. If you've ever wondered how some people just seem to click with others, pay attention, because what I'm about to share is a roadmap to achieving exactly that. Let's kick off at ground level with listening, basic act of hearing someone. It's not about full engagement or understanding, but simply the act of not tuning someone out completely. This is passive listening at its most basic, where the words fall on your ears but might as well be white noise. Remember, there's a drastic difference between merely hearing and actively listening. Darting into a psychological detour, ever heard of the Dear Aunt Jane experiment? It lays bare the naked truth of our selective hearing. Participants were bombarded with mixed messages in each ear but could only relay the coherent message when asked to repeat what they heard. This highlights a fundamental truth about our attention span. We are naturally predisposed to filter out what's truly meaningful from the surrounding din. Moving on, we have pretend listening. Yes, you're a notch above total disregard, but you're really just putting on an act, offering generic nods and hums to veil your disinterest. You know the drill: a half-hearted sure, or aha, while your mind roams elsewhere. Climbing the pyramid, selective listening sneaks in. You perk up at familiar or exciting terms, but the rest is left in the dust. It's like cherry-picking bits of a conversation that interest you and ignoring the remainder. This can be especially noticeable in passionate debates when you latch onto the points you resonate with and discard what doesn't align with your beliefs. Now, let's ascend to attentive listening. Most of us hover here, actually focusing on the exchange, but often while formulating our response instead of fully digesting the speaker's words. It's like we're waiting on the edge of our seats to volley back with our thoughts, rather than truly comprehending theirs. And at the pinnacle sits empathic listening, the holy grail of communication. Here, it's not about you, it's about them. You listen with the intent to truly understand. Your whole being is engaged, your biases parked, like slipping into their shoes and walking a mile to feel each pebble and crack through their souls. What can turbocharge your empathic listening skills? Body language via subtle mirroring can speak volumes of your engagement. It's not about mocking, but syncing with their emotional rhythm. Reflecting their sentiments with your own words, coupled with matching expressions, is a potent cocktail of comprehensible compassion. Imagine the impact when someone feels heard, valued, and understood, like someone finally flicked a switch, shedding a warm glow of clarity and connection. And what's the real kicker? The art of empathic listening has more power than just navigating the intricate labyrinth of modern dating. It carries the potential to unlock doors in your career and personal life that you didn't even know existed. Make no mistake, being a good listener doesn't mean you've got to solve every dilemma thrown at you. Sometimes, it's about giving space to thoughts and feelings, a sounding board for frustrations and dreams. People often seek a listening ear, not a fixing hand. Now, I can't understate the importance of what we've just delved into. The ability to listen, genuinely and empathically, is a weapon in the arsenal of a strong, successful male. In a world peopled with distractions and half-hearted interactions, being the person who truly listens, whether in boardrooms, bars, or backyards, is a mark of standout personal finesse. You have the theory, you have the levels. The question now is, what will you do with this golden insight? Will you revolutionize the way you communicate, fostering deeper connections across the board? Remember, the strongest decision you can make is to elevate your communication game, whether you're navigating the investing world or discussing insurance, whether you're standing in the heart of real estate deals or legal discussions, or perhaps when your contribution to digital marketing strategy is crucial. It's a choice with consequences that ripple outward, transforming your personal finance skills, trading arguments, or pitching that groundbreaking software idea. Don't just take my word for it, integrate these insights and see the difference for yourself. Keep in mind, this journey of interpersonal mastery is not a solo escapade. If you're keen on walking this path with me, hitting the subscribe button, liking, sharing, and ringing that notification bell could be your ticket. It's an action that speaks louder than words. You're not just passively listening. You're engaging with ideas that resonate and aspire to learn more, to build upon the potent arsenal of your intelligence and intuition. And if you found value, if these words have echoed within and ignited a spark of inspiration, consider leaving a proportional token of appreciation, a gesture that echoes your level of enrichment. The details are down there in the description. So, what are you waiting for? Let's turn these lessons into action. Let's dial up your listening game and watch as the world unfolds its nuances to you in full, vibrant color. It's not just a skill, it's the mark of a man who understands that true power lies in understanding others. Now, go forth and practice empathic listening in your own conversations and observe the transformation. And as you do, feel free to share the shifts you notice. You might just inspire someone else in their journey toward becoming the strongest, most perceptive version of themselves.